Here we go. So this one's without any wrist. So I'm still turning, but I'm just really not using much wrist. And the ball's going pretty good. Whoa, here he goes. Here his feet's getting squirrely already. Okay, now we're going to try and use the same take back and all that, but now we're going to try and pull the racket towards the ball, and let's see what happens with this ball. Unbelievable. At least he didn't shank it. Here we go. It just sounds a lot bigger. I don't know if you can hear that. That was a little out. So hopefully that picks it up there, that when I'm coming in to hit the ball, if I pull my racket and relax my wrist and I get my racket slightly this way, that when I hit the ball I have a lot more velocity going into the shot.
Sure, there's some type of elevation away from the body. You want that left elbow up a little bit. You don't want that joint angle down here. You want that right elbow elevated a little bit in the angle at this position. Forearm would be parallel to the ground. Okay, that angle would be straight down. The elbow would be straight back to the fence. When the elbow is elevated and away from the body, that's the first thing that's going to set these joint angles in the right position. Now, from this position, you're going to go into this movement here where the racket, you see where it just went? Once that elbow is elevated, when you go into the back loop, we want elbow extension. Elbows up, elbow extension. This stroke's really simple. It might sound complicated, but it's really this. Elbow up, elbow extension. Elbow up, elbow extension. Now, am I saying make your arm stiff? No. Am I saying try to straighten it out? Absolutely. This is the key, because most people, when they take it back, they go here, okay? And then they open this up, and the elbow comes back in. When that happens, the elbow goes much further back in the stroke. Now you get this circular movement, and it's not going to be efficient. It's not going to hit the ball consistently that you can extend through the contact point. Elbow up, elbow extension. As you start to go into tap the dog, then you're going to start your swing. After elbow extension, the racket goes into a position where the palm is somewhat down. The racket head is to the outside, the wrist is up. You want to get that elbow extension like you're tapping the dog on the head. Pretend there's a dog back at a diagonal. The hand would be in this position. You wouldn't take the hand and the racket and have it too much on the edge or have it open. You definitely want to be in a position where you tap the dog on the head. Now, you can say palm down, that's effective, but one of the best teaching cues that we've learned is when I tell them, after elbow extension, tap the dog, it really sinks in. And what happens then, it causes the racket, when you drive your legs and hips, the racket's going to go down, okay? As you keep driving, the racket will go back, okay? And it's okay to have the racket there. We want the racket to get in that position. But here's the big ticket, the elbow. It's going to be able to pass through the trunk, okay, when you hit the ball. Because the racket's to the outside and the racket head is above the hand, when you pull the hand and you drive the leg and the hip, the racket goes down and back on its own, and it goes very quickly. That's what we call the flip. When you pull that hand from the outside and the racket flips, it goes down on its own and it goes back on its own. It finds this position where the butt cap is towards the ball a lot quicker. There's a lot more momentum, which is going to create a lot more racket head speed. So you're going to find the slot, that dynamic slot, a lot faster when you go and tap the dog, you pull on the hand, and that finds the dynamic slot, and that's creating a lot more racket speed, and you're going to hit a heavier ball and a much bigger ball.